Uh, I have a selfie stick stuck in the ground here, so this may fall on me. I don't know what it is, but I'm out running, nice day. Actually, they had a cherry blossom 10K, I think it is. So there's people, I guess they finished it early, and there are people walking all over with these signs on them, you know, their runner numbers and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun. And it's not as busy as last weekend, but it's Sunday and it's early. Actually, where I live, downtown, they're having a festival. So there's a big outdoor thing, so that's going to be a lot of people out there, and that'll be fun to do. Yeah, I don't know how I became so social when we moved downtown. Yeah, I used to just climb up and see nobody. I never anything like that going on. But what I want to do is, there's so many, you know, the last couple of videos I did, look in the descriptions, because I have links there that I'm going to talk about here. Okay, so those links I talk about here are in your the last couple videos on YouTube if you're not a member. If you're a member, man, you know, you'll get the kitchen sink. Just ask. And that's right. Members just on YouTube, you know, just start a discussion and start a post and say, hey, I need help with this. And that's when you start that discussion and that post, then I collect the best sources of information to help you with that. And then it's up to you. Then you have to do the hard work, is really following up. But what happens, people don't know where to follow up or what to do, and that's why, you know, Lesko Help has, you know, me, I'll show you exactly where to start following up. And then me and other people, actually the members, that's why if you want to join Lesko Help, be prepared to help other people, because that's what Lesko Help is about to me, is that people helping other people, because they've tried it in their city, and if you live in the same state, you may be able to do the same thing. And so it's a lot more than just my 40 damn years, 40, probably 45, I don't know, I don't keep track anymore. It's the end I'm more worried about than the beginning. And that's creeping up faster. Okay, now here's the places you have to go. So now there's a lot of rent money. I've done a couple videos on this in the last couple videos about all the rent money that's sitting in the offices of government officials, and this is all local. Nobody calling Washington. It's all local stuff, and that's where the good stuff is. And particularly if you can't get the federal stuff that is given out locally, then start looking for local stuff. That's what's going on more than anything. So many states have so much money to give out, and they're going to give it out. And also the federal stuff, particularly the rent grant money that's sitting unused because the local people can't figure out how to set up a system, because it's hard, it's difficult. You can't do it in 3 weeks, and that's what they are expected to do. And so now they're sitting on that money, but they're going to get, it sounds like, from what I've read now, and you know, I could be wrong a lot, don't trust me, go to the horse's mouth to be sure. And that's the people giving out the money. I'm just trying to guide you to that. And you really got to get the actual answer, not from a huckster like me, but from the people that give out the money. You know, and what's going to happen now is that the Treasury Department, which gives the money to the local people to give out for rent grants, said you're going to have to give it out by the end of this month, or we're going to bring it back and put it somewhere else. So that's, you know, interesting. That's going to be a stimulus for the local government to start spending these things. Okay, now here's a great source, I think, to start with, and it's called a housing counselor, a HUD housing counselor. And if you go to HUD.com, you go to HUD, I'm going to read you now what they say about the HUD. So if you go to HUD.com, that was stupid, let's go. I get old and screwed up and make lots of mistakes. It's fun to see let's see, how many did I make today? Well, there's one, there's two. I used to think I made one a week or something, but now I make a couple a day. So that's another reason you don't trust me. But if you go to HUD.gov, okay, and put talk to a housing counselor, they have a great description about what to expect when you call these people. Okay, want advice buying a home, renting, default, foreclosure avoidance, credit issues. See, they'll help you with credit, they help you with divorce. And the video I just put up earlier this morning shows you an example of a club member who not only got money for rent, she got money for utilities and fixed her credit, okay? And there were 3 different offices. She applied to another office, and she didn't get any from that one. So she got 3 out of 4. Man, that's incredible. Now, don't expect that. You may, but you get 1 is great. Okay, so they, or even reverse mortgages. I know we have a lot of seniors, our members too, so if you have a reverse mortgage, you get free help with that. What could I do with it? You know, because a lot of these reverse mortgages are just giving money to the financial industry and not you. It sounds like a good deal, and that's why this country is so good at shadow and mirrors and and making things look good when it's really just good for them and not you. And that's why they have, if you're thinking about a reverse mortgage, talk to these people, because they'll help you to make sure that you don't get screwed or it's not really for you. Anything sounds for you because you're talking to a salesman. You got to talk to people that are not selling you this stuff to find out the true information. Maybe what they're selling you is true, but they're not selling it, just telling you the other side, right? Okay, so it says all those things you covered, you know, credit issues, foreclosure, default, renting, buying a home, all those things. So that's where to come. Okay, and you could search online for a housing counseling agency or call HUD's interactive voice system. Well, here's an, let me give you this phone number, 800-569-4287. 800-569-4287. So you can call that number and find a counselor near you. A counselor, that means you make an appointment and see somebody. See, going on the internet and not understanding what the hell this stuff is and trying to do all this stuff, no, you gotta talk to people locally and what the hell's there. You know, so these are the kind of people that know this kind of stuff. You're not the first one they talk to about this. See, they do this all day long, so they were good. Now, and again, they won't have every answer, but this is what it takes. It takes going through a process, talking to many people, not a lot, and it takes on the phone. So that's why you need a phone to do this. You have to call. That's right, call. You want to call people. Don't just look on the internet and stuff. Call. Okay, start by 800-569-4287. If you are facing foreclosure and want assistance of a housing counselor, search the list of foreclosure avoidance counselors. Okay, you're worried about foreclosure? Okay, there's another list of foreclosure avoidance counselors. Or visit Making Home Affordable Program Q for borrowers. Now that's a little complicated, but they're foreclosure avoidance counselors at HUD. Don't do anything but HUD, because somebody out there, you know, like the guy who is in our discussions all the time, his name is like SBA grants, like he's the SBA. No, he's not. You don't need anybody to find out about them. You can find it from the people giving out the money. So they're just going to get money from you. The same way, if it's not a .gov, you know, and maybe a .org, they're going to get money from you no matter what. So don't do that. Don't do that. Please, please, please. Or unless you did everything else, then you could go, because then you know enough to deal with these guys. But no, so you wanted to foreclosure avoidance counselors, okay? That's if you're worried about that. Anything else financially, you know, anything like credit issues or default, renting, buying, you know, it's the same number, but it'd be a different place. So in other words, if you want to look for on internet for what I'm reading, you go to just Google HUD, talk to a housing counselor. So HUD.gov, and then talk to a housing counselor, okay? If you'd like to talk to a reverse mortgage counselor, please search here, see? So there's special counselors for reverse mortgage, special counselors for foreclosure, special counselors for credit, you know, and now here's the consumer fees for housing counseling. Okay, now listen to this, okay? This is the neat part of all this, is the fee structure. Okay, here's the fee structure. Foreclosure prevention counseling and homeless counseling services are available for free of charge through HUD's housing counseling program. Free. So if you're worried, I mean, we have a lot of people that, you know, are even members and that are worried about losing, or we even have members that are living in their cars right now. I mean, that's terrible. You know, well, that you go here too to see what is available locally. So you get counseling, free counseling. So foreclosure prevention counseling, you're worried about foreclosing because you haven't paid rent for a while and your landlord say you're going to be on the street. This is why you call them, okay? They're available free of charge through HUD's counseling program. HUD counseling agencies participating in HUD's housing counseling program are not permitted to charge customers for specific housing counseling services. You hear that? They're not permitted to charge customers. That's right. Anybody else out there who you're going to go to, they say it's free, but they're there to get money because they have to, because they're advertising and all that kind of. These people are not even allowed to advertise. So that's the problem. Counseling recipients should not pay for these services. Counseling recipients, that's you, should not pay for these services. However, housing counseling agencies are permitted to charge reasonable and customary fees for other forms of housing counseling and educational service, including pre-purchase and some other fancy stuff. But don't worry about the fancy stuff. You want to get the basic stuff. Agencies must provide counseling without charge to persons who demonstrate they cannot afford the fee. See, the ones the programs that they have they could charge for, they can't charge you if you don't have a lot of money. So that's another thing. See, so they can't charge you for their upgrade services if you don't have money. So there's basic services you want to get for free no matter who you are, okay? And then there's upgrade services like non-delinquency post-purchase. I don't even know what the hell that is. But all these kind of more fancy things they could charge for, but it has to be reasonable, and they can't charge people who can't pay. Now, that's a pretty good deal. Don't you want to shop there? You go into a store and you have all this stuff. Well, I can't afford it. I can't pay. That's okay. Don't worry. Man, you're not going to find that anywhere except government, nonprofit organizations. Yeah. That's why more people have to know about this kind of stuff instead of just where to buy stuff. The whole economy is trying to get you to buy stuff, and even if you're in trouble. Now, how do we treat the people in trouble? This is what it's about. Agency must inform clients of the free structure in advance of providing the services. Fees must be commensurate with level of services provided. Who could check on it? If you encounter a housing counseling agency that you believe are not complying with the requirements, you should contact the HUD's Office of Counseling. Okay, see? So if you feel you got screwed and there are upgrade services they charge you for and you shouldn't have, there's a place, and these people are better than any lawyer, anybody, to get you your money back because they can put them out of business. The government gives them all this money to do this, and if they piss the government off, they just won't give them any money anymore. So that's why even just by saying you're going to call them will make them do the right thing. Sometimes we get, a little, well, we want to protect ourselves. We get greedy, and actually I was thinking about a woman I heard about this morning talking about, she just wrote a pretty big, how forests, trees, plants talk to each other. That's a community thing. And that's in organic plants helping each other out. Now that's cool to me, because we all think it's survival of the fittest in the jungle. No, plants are helping each other. And that's why I believe we got to start helping each other a little more. Around-the-clock advice. Okay, this is around-the-clock advice. You can also get around-the-clock advice from housing experts. Call 888-995-HOPE. 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 You hope? You hope. Okay, that's all free. Comprehensive foreclosure assistance is available around the clock, okay? So you're worried about rent, and that's what's going on now. This is the kind of people. Okay, here's a HUD Counselor Locator app. Well, you could call on the phone or download the app in iTunes, and that's called the HUD Counselor Locator app. Okay. Oh, I did. I did it all. So, okay, that's the one place to call. The other thing, okay, so you're looking for rent or something like that, and you tried all the programs, you tried them or whatever. Here's two other places. Actually, there's two other places. The other place is 211.org, and And what you do there, you could call them, but I think it's better to look at their, they have a big database, okay, of all the people that say they help you for free. So you go in that database and you search for all the people that help with rent or all the people that help with utilities. See, both of those things, because a lot of people, some programs only pay rent, some programs pay only utilities, and some programs pay both. So you go to that 211.org, look for rent, utilities, and put in your zip code. They'll ask your address, and then they show you all the programs near you. And like where I live, I mean, there's like 50, Now what you have to do, and this is the hard part, you have to take that whole list of people and start calling them. Okay, go through the list, skim them, and call the ones that look most possible, but then try to call them all. If you're not getting any help, you have to try to call them all. It's the only way to solve this problem, is going above and beyond the calling duty. Okay, if you're screwed out there and don't have money, you have to do that. Okay, many years you got that you wound up in this situation. So it's not going to take you just one magic phone call. There's no magic. It's just hard work, and this is the hard work that's required to do it. It's calling as many people as you can that are in that business of doing this, so that you know of any other potential possibility. Programs come and go every day. Nobody can keep up on them all. Nobody knows, and they keep changing the requirements, like they're changing the requirements on the emergency grant program, for emergency rental grant program, and they're changing. See, it used to be very difficult to verify and everything. They're changing the rules every day. So that's why if you applied before, you apply and return. Denied, you apply again, because rules are changing. If you could talk to somebody there, that's great. Otherwise, just apply. That's not going to hurt. You never know, but most likely it's not. You have nothing to lose by applying, as far as I can. So you get all of those programs in the 211 under rent or under utilities, and you call one by one. They have them. So one by one, and you want to know all your options. So you want to know every job opening. You just don't go to the big company and say, "Hey, you hiring today?" No, you want to go everywhere that has a potential possibility of hiring you. The same way with grants. You have to talk everywhere. Okay, so you go to 211. Now there's another database like 211 called Get Help. Oh, Find Help, I'm sorry. Find, F-I-N-D, help, HELP.org. Okay? Now, they have the same thing, but you can't call them. But they have a good database, and it's organized pretty well. So go there with the same subjects and go through step by step. Every one of those, start calling. Your lifesaver is the phone. I was looking for my phone. I'm talking to it, but I'm looking, hey, I keep it here. Where the hell is it? See what happens when you get old? Be careful. And so that's, they'll have the same thing. So you have lots of possibilities. Don't sit there and complain that nobody helps you. Yeah, because they don't know you need help. The people who want to help you don't know that yet. So that's why you have to scour and find. It's sort of like finding a date or finding a job or whatever. They don't come to you. You have to go out, and the better way is the phone, because if you're not on the phone, you're going to go on Google, and all you're going to see are people who promise you stuff as long as you give them money, and you don't want to do that. Please, 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 please don't. These are the people that will give you personal help. See, everybody I'm talking to really also gets paid to help you one-on-one personally. I do too, but you don't want to spend money if you don't have it. And the other place, I guess it's the fourth now, is your community action agency. Now they're in every county. Everyone has a community action agency. There's usually a state association of your community action agencies in your state, and what they're doing, what their job is, and they've been here since the 60s, but look, nobody knew about them. What their job is to help people in financial problems. Okay, that's their job. What do you have? A financial problem? Well, shit, see what they got. That's what you want to do. You want to find people and organizations that help people with financial problems, and look at all the people. I mean, that's only 4. I mean, if you remember, we give you a list of about 15 to start looking for, and so that's what you'll have enough there that I gave you to keep you busy for a while, and that's how you grow. You'll talk to those people, they'll talk to you about other things that I won't even know that's there, so that's why I'm not telling you about it. It's too complicated out there for one person to know. And that's why you have to start learning this system. And this is the way to start learning that system. To start applying, start talking to people and seeing how they could help you. And forget relying on finding the magic website on the internet. You can't find that way. If the magic website is in the internet, it's too late. And because it's so complicated how people talk, say things or whatever. That's why the best is start getting on the phone, be nice, get a magazine or whatever to keep you busy when you're on hold. Send thank you notes to people that help you nicely, so they're encouraged to help other people. Because that's why you guys, when you say something nice to me or something, man, I just want to work harder, and I want to do that more, and so that's why you could help the government be better, these nonprofit organizations be better. So when they help you nice, they say, write their boss. That's another nice way to help. Hey, what's your email address of your boss? Let me tell him how great you are. What could be better than that? That's a bribe. But it really is for the whole community. It's a nice gesture and helps them be nicer to the next person, because then they know, hey, there's nice people out there and I could really help them, and that's cool. And so you have that power to do all that stuff, to make your community better, to make your own life better. But by using these people that are in business to do this, you may be on hold a lot. It's going to be a pain in the ass. You're going to have to make a lot of phone calls. But I mean, to me, you've probably been working on this for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So what the hell, you spend a couple more hours on the phone, or even a day or 2 or 3. Shit, if it's a possibility to solve your problem, you got nothing better to do, I would think. And that's how I see life, man. This is your most important problem. Then you should devote as every second of your time to trying to solve it. And the way you do that is finding more options, more things to do. You're like a investigative reporter or like a detective, trying to find, hey, where is this? Hey, Raleigh, we gotta be here somewhere. And that's what our life is like today, because nothing's easy, it's complicated. And it really, the people selling you something rules all the media. You only know about the stuff that people advertise. And the people who don't advertise are the ones that give it for free. So that takes work on your part. See, the free stuff doesn't advertise. The people who want your money, they'll find you. The people who want to give you money, you have to find them.